Gracious and wonderful God, we humbly invite you to be present with us on this most wonderful day. So many dreams coming true during this time together. For some of us, we are the first ones from our family to graduate from college. For some of us, we carry on a long tradition of other loved ones who have graduated from here. Whatever our place and however we got here, we are here because you created us and made us and gave us the gifts and the graces and the strength and the courage to come to this time. And so we thank you. And we ask your blessing upon us and upon this most blessed time. We thank you and praise you for so many dreams coming true. In your precious name we pray. Amen. Please remain standing for the hymn.
Thank you, Professor Ogle and the LaGrange College singers. This is indeed a day to sing. Welcome to this 173rd commencement exercises. I am deeply indebted to the dozens of people at this institution who have worked many, many hours to assure that this event comes off without a hitch. And I am also grateful to the Lord Almighty that we have beautiful spring weather in which to celebrate today. Let us thank all of these people. We are deeply indebted to LaGrange College friends Ted and Ann Beeson for their role in securing today's commencement speaker, Mr. Alfred Uhry. A native of Atlanta, a graduate of Druid Hills High School and Brown University, Mr. Uhry now resides in New York City, where he has lived most of his life. He is regarded as the most excellent playwright of his era. No other playwright in history can claim to have won the Triple Crown: a Tony, a Pulitzer, and an Academy. More important, however, than the awards and recognition that he has received is the content and the purpose of his plays. A reminder to all of us that irrespective of race, creed, nationality, socioeconomic status, we are all equal, that we all love and want to be loved. Through his writings, he has taught us much about what it means to be humans in today's world that is so troubled and in many ways so adrift. And so at our institution that espouses to be a caring and ethical community, that lifts up as a hallmark of a LaGrange College education a commitment to the values of civility, diversity, service, and excellence. We are most fortunate to have one of Mr. Uhry's stature to be our speaker today. And so I ask that you join me now in welcoming him to LaGrange College and thanking him for being with us, Mr. Alfred Uhry.
President Gully, faculty, parents, family, but mostly the graduates of 2004. Let me tell you how very honored I am to be here. I only realized last night that by being here, I am now going to be an alumnus at LaGrange College. It's the only degree of this type that I have in this part of Georgia, and it means an enormous lot to me to be here. And I want to tell you that pretty obviously all my life I've been a reader. My mother pretty much built it into my DNA that when you got in bed at night, there was a book. Do you have your book? I mean, it was always there. And I don't know when this was, maybe 20 years ago, maybe more, I'm not sure. I know I was staying in somebody's house, and I don't even remember whose house it was. But I didn't like whatever book it was I had, and there was a book in the room, which of course I do not know the name of, and I'm hoping that with all these people, maybe somebody knows what it was. But I don't know who wrote it, but here's what it was about. It was about this man who I think was in his late 30s, and he was walking down the street. He was a married man with a family, and he had what was either a heart attack or a stroke. And when he came to, he was 15 years old, living in his parents' house, but he knew everything he had known when he was 38. And he had to be a teenage boy with the insides of a man, being restricted by his parents about where he went, what he did, and did you do your homework, and be home at 11:30, and all those things. And he had to live his life all over again, knowing what was going to be. So he went to the same college, he courted and married the same girl, and he did pretty much what he had done. And then when he was 38 again, he had another whatever he was, and he woke up again. And there he was again, 15 years old. And I guess a lot of you have seen that Bill Murray movie, Groundhog Day, where he keeps repeating the same day. This man repeated the same 20-something years, except he began to change things. And one time, one of the times he decided, he married his wife, but they didn't get along because he kept being such an annoying person because he knew everything was going to be. So the next time around, he didn't marry her. He married somebody else. I believe I know he was a sports fan. I don't know if it was baseball. I think it was baseball or football. He started betting on the World Series, and he made a lot of money because he knew he was going to win. And what was driving me crazy, he couldn't remember something about the Super Bowl of whatever year it was. He had the years wrong. And so he was trying to figure it out. But anyway, he kept doing it again and again and again. And every time, it got to be a little different. Sort of different. The problem is, I don't remember how the book ended. I don't remember what happened to him. And then I thought, since I am a writer and a manager, did I make all this up? But I don't think so. In fact, somebody along the way, I was telling, I said, oh yeah, that's so-and-so by so-and-so. I don't know. I have always, as long as I can think, been interested in things like time travel. There's another book that's called Time and Again. You read that one? Yeah, I know the name of that one. But what's neat about that one is there's this guy on the street in New York, and this like CIA agent comes to him and says, come be in our program. And they have this big building that looks like a loft or a moving company or something. But it's really a federal program where they're going to send people back in time to special different places. So this guy is going to go back to New York City in 1884, and they spend like months prepping him and reading papers, and he starts wearing 1884 clothes, and they put him in an apartment building that was there in 1884, which is incidentally called the Dakota, the one where John Lennon was shot. So the building is really up, and they put him in his apartment, and only people in the right kind of clothes from the Institute came and brought him the daily newspaper, which was that newspaper. They're trying to get him into the mindset of 1884. The guy, well, it's snowing or something. Yeah, it was snowing. And he decided to take a walk. He walks across Central Park from where he was living. And he got to the other side of Central Park, at 5th Avenue and 59th Street. And he had done it. He had gone back into 1884. There was a horse-drawn bus coming down the street at him. And I thought, oh, yeah. And so sometimes when I'm having a little trouble going to sleep, I live in an old building, 1911, so I play games about, what if I could close my eyes and I was in this room when it was really 1911. I don't get very far when I go to sleep. But it made me think about you. And what if all of a sudden, it was 4 years ago, and there you were back there, coming here, knowing what you know now, knowing you're going to live all 4 years, and if you said to somebody, you know, I've already done this, A, they wouldn't believe you, B, they would worry about pharmaceutical complications, and C, it would just make problems for yourself. But if you did go through 4 years, those 4 years, and there was some tape playing where you kept doing that, I don't know, did you take the same courses? Did you make the same friends? Would you date the same people? Would you come out with the same conclusions? Of course, nobody knows. But I think for all of us, particularly for me, it's very good to remember things. What if, well, that's what really writing is about, what if, so you put yourself in situations. But I think if you just think about that for a minute, I think it shows you how to go ahead. And the reason I think that I particularly love these time travel things is because it's never going to happen, right? Nobody's ever really going to go back and get to do anything again. We just keep going. And that's why these things are so much fun, because you get to think about second chances. Well, there really aren't any second chances. There are in relationships with people. Sure, if you do something wrong to somebody, the next day you can make your own mind, I'm not going to behave that way anymore. And sometimes you won't behave that way anymore, and sometimes you will. But I think probably not only are there not of second chances, not only do we not know what's going to happen, I think that's really part of the miracle. That we don't know what's going to happen. That we just do it. We just go ahead and we do what we do. And if there's anybody here who hasn't made a bad mistake yet, I would like to find out the secret, because probably, maybe, but I don't think that's true. And what I wish for all of you in the class of 2004, and for all of us here, is that we just go ahead. It would not be good to know what's going to happen. It wouldn't all be good. It would be confusing. And I think that's part of the big plan, that we just go ahead. If we make mistakes, I hope we become aware of them. I hope that for you, that you go on the path that you yourself want to be on. Maybe not necessarily the path that some other people think you should be on, but the path that you want for yourselves. I hope that very much. It is deeply moving to me to be here in beautiful Georgia sunshine in the morning, which seems to be, again, part of my DNA and my childhood. And nothing looks quite like this looks, or feels quite like this looks. And today is a new beginning for everybody here. And every day is. And I wish us all, especially the class of 2004, I wish us all Godspeed and good luck from now on. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Uhry, for being with us and for your words of encouragement this morning. We appreciate that. The Distinguished Service Alumni Award is presented annually by the LaGrange College Alumni Association to outstanding alumni. It is based on continuous, devoted service to and support of LaGrange College. This year, the Alumni Association is proud to recognize Denise Roberts-Wilson, class of 1984. Denise, will you please come forward? You've been a part of LaGrange College for many years and have remained loyal to your alma mater. You've been an active member of the LaGrange College Alumni Association, serving as a class coordinator for your class since your graduation. In the past few years, you have held the positions of secretary, vice president, and president of the LaGrange Alumni Club. You are currently the president of the Wisteria Garden Club, an auxiliary club of the LaGrange College Alumni Association. You served as a member of the Cookbook Committee for Continuing Educated Taste, the Alumni Association Cookbook. You were a member of Alpha Omicron Pi sorority while in college and served as chapter advisor of Lambda Chi chapter for 6 years. You received the Rose Award for Outstanding Service as an alumni advisor. Denise, you've contributed to the college in many ways. You have given your time, your service, and your financial support. We appreciate all that you and your family do for LaGrange College. You have many relatives who belong to the LaGrange College family. Mike, your husband, is an alumnus, class of 1984. Your father and mother are both graduates of the class of 1958. Reverend Larry and Myrna Eadson Roberts. Your sister and brother-in-law are both graduates. Julie Roberts Bastardi, class of 1987, and Mike, class of 1985. And you have several aunts, uncles, and cousins who are alumni. It's a lot, goodness. Your husband, Mike, sons Robert and Brian, as well as several other family, friends, your parents, and Mike's parents are here with us this morning. Will they please stand? It is with great honor, Denise, that your alma mater presents you the Distinguished Service Alumni Award.
The Waits G. Henry Award is the highest student honor given by the college to a graduating senior. The award is named for Dr. Henry, who served the college as president from 1948 to 78 and chancellor from 1978 through 1989. Criteria for the award are scholarship, leadership, service to the college, and moral integrity. This year's recipient most definitely embodies those qualities. She will go from here to attend the University of Alabama at Birmingham to pursue a doctorate in physical therapy. Please recognize, from Carrollton, Georgia, Larcy Michelle Lyle.
I'd like to ask our board chairman, George Buddy Darden, if he would please come forward and join me here at the podium for the awarding of the honorary doctorates. LaGrange College seeks to honor those who have distinguished themselves through outstanding achievement in service to the church, the academy, and business and philanthropy. We are pleased and honored to present two candidates who have excelled in these areas. Chairman Darden, the faculty, and the Honorary Doctorate Committee of the Board of Trustees have recommended the following candidates for recognition. Alfred Uhry, for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, and the Reverend Dr. Otis Moss for the degree of Doctor of Divinity, honoris causa.
As Chair of the Trustees of the College, I take great pleasure in accepting the recommendations of the President and the faculty of LaGrange College that I hereby authorize you to confer honorary doctoral degrees upon Alfred Uhry and the Reverend Dr. Otis Moss, together with all the appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertain.
I call on Professor Kim Barber, Associate Professor of Theater and Chair of the Division of Fine and Performing Arts, to bring forward her guest.
Mr. President, I present Alfred Uhry for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
We regret very much that Dr. Uhry's wife is unable to be with us today, but the other Dr. Uhry is in New York City at Fordham University, where she is a faculty member and administrator participating in their commencement exercises today. However, we are honored that Dr. Uhry's sister, Dr. Ann Abrams, is with us from Atlanta. And if you would please stand and remain standing as we present this citation to your brother. Alfred Uhry, playwright and seer of truth. A master of the written word, you have created characters that fill our hearts. You have designed worlds that allow us to see the wonder in ours. Through the subtle twist of your pen, the sly turn of a familiar scene, you have encouraged us to examine what lies within, exposing us for what we truly are, urging us into fuller lives and bigger dreams. The Pulitzer, the Oscar, the Tony stand testament to your mighty talent. But your greatest achievement can be found at the very heart of your work. The belief that through love, through tolerance, through the daily task of simply understanding one another, we can forge a better, brighter world. For the soul embodied in your words, for the heart embedded in your work, we gladly bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations. I call now on Dr. David Uhry, Associate Professor of Religion and Chair of the Division of Humanities and Social Sciences, to bring forward his guest.
Mr. President, I present the Reverend Dr. Otis Moss for the degree of Doctor of Divinity, honoris causa.
We are very honored today that members of Dr. Moss's family are with us, and we would like his two sisters and his wife, Edwina, if they would please stand as we present this degree to Dr. Moss. The Reverend Dr. Otis Moss, pastor, believer, good and faithful servant. In your earliest days, you heard that whispered call, and like the prophet Samuel, you answered, boldly and forthrightly, "Here am I." From that moment, like a shepherd, with faith as your rod and conscience as your staff, you have protected your flocks, leading them through days seemingly dark and darker, guiding them always toward the light of His eternal presence. Your faith has spanned the world. You have broken bread with dignitaries, and you have shared vision with presidents. And with all, you have unfalteringly shared your faith. In every act, great and small, your life's role has been a constant model, a righteous path for others to follow. For your life of faith and perseverance, we greatly confer on you, native son, good shepherd, the degree of Doctor of Divinity, honoris causa. Congratulations.
The state of Georgia has authorized LaGrange College to confer academic degrees. As chair of the Board of Trustees of the college, I take great pleasure in accepting the recommendation by the president and faculty of LaGrange College, and I hereby authorize President Gully to confer degrees upon the class of 2004 graduates, together with all the appropriate honors, rights, and privileges and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. President Gully, please begin.
Thank you, Chairman Darden. Before we confer the degrees, there are a number of recognitions that I wish to make, beginning first of all with the heart and soul of LaGrange College, its faculty. We are so blessed as an institution to have an accumulation of men and women from a variety of disciplines from around the world who day in and day out dedicate themselves fully to the mission and the task of challenging the mind and inspiring the soul of our students. And I want the class of 2004 to have an opportunity to express its thanks to all of the faculty, and would ask the faculty stand and be recognized for their many contributions here. Class of 2004, the time has come. Months and years you have waited for this day, and I want to tell you a little bit about yourselves as a group. At 252 graduates strong, you represent the largest graduating class in the history of LaGrange College. 221 of you are undergraduates, 31 of you are graduate students. You come from all over the world, from Delaware to Florida, Louisiana to Indiana. We have 6 international students in our midst graduating today, 3 from Japan, 1 from Mexico, 2 from Sweden. These, along with some of their family, are here today, and I would ask that they stand and we thank them for their presence with us these years at LaGrange College. International students, please stand. 63 of you are over the age of 30. 9 of you are over the age of 50. And 1 of you, our oldest graduate, at 61.9 years of age, with a bachelor's degree in organizational leadership, is Dudley Thomas. Dudley, please stand and let us congratulate. Our youngest graduate, at almost a perfect 21 years of age, with a bachelor's degree in psychology, is our past year's SGA president, Mia Allen. Three of you were enormously dedicated in your studies, graduating with perfect 4.0 GPAs. With a BA in History and Political Science, Brandon Joshua Holcomb. With a BA in English, Amy Lynn Baldwin. And graduating at the top of the class because she took the most number of hours with a BS in Accountancy, Stephanie Ann Spence. Please stand. 32 of you are legacies. That means that you had another family member prior to you graduate from LaGrange College. And they are designated today by wearing a medallion around their neck that features Smith Hall, our historic building. Of those 32, 6 of you are third-generation graduates of LaGrange College. And I would be remiss if we did not acknowledge the graduation last night of Alonzo Harris, who is not with us today because of his faith commitments. But Alonzo's mother and father, 3 brothers and 2 sisters before him, have already graduated from LaGrange College. He is number 8, and a brother to follow him will be enrolling at LaGrange College this fall. Congratulations and thanks for the We have 2 pairs in this group of graduating students who are father and son and husband and wife, both from the LaGrange College at Albany program, graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Organizational Leadership, father and son, Ivy Griner Sr. and Ivy Griner Jr., and husband and wife, Josh and Rachel Perkins. Please stand. And thanks to a generous tuition remission policy as a fringe benefit for full-time employees of the college, we are proud today to bestowing MBA degrees upon assistant men's basketball coach Andrew Dorsey and a director in our informational technology area, Brandon Bettner. Both of you, please stand and let us congratulate you. Prize has been about over your years at LaGrange College has been not only your dedication to your studies and to your extracurricular efforts, but also to your service to this community and to the world. I could not be more proud, and I know that the faculty of this institution could not be more proud, than the numerous ways that many of you have engaged yourself in giving back to the world. Many of you came here with a deep and profound ability to do that, and for some of you that ability was enhanced while you were here. But my great prayer is that you never forget those lessons, and that you make it a priority, wherever you live, work, and worship, to make your mark on the world by giving back, by being servant leaders. God bless you and Godspeed to you in your journey in the years ahead. Congratulations, class of 2004. By the authority granted to me by the trustees in the state of Georgia, I confer upon each of you the degree of Associate of Arts, the Bachelor of Arts degree, the Bachelor of Music degree, or the Bachelor of Science degree as indicated in the commencement program, together with all the appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Those of you attaining your bachelor's degree may move your tassel from your right to your left and your college ring to face out, signifying that you are now graduates of LaGrange College. Congratulations.
Associate of Arts degree candidates, please come forward to receive your diploma.
If the other graduates would please be seated.
Brandy J. Barnes. Melvin Charles Brown. Heather M. Francis. Janelle Gamble. Veronica Lynn Oster. Katrina D. Nixon. Lisa Teresa Reeves. And Vicki Kendall Reynolds. Bachelor of Arts degree candidates, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
One row at a time.
Amy Elizabeth Adams. Aaron Jonathan Akins. Randy Kate Alford. Nia Akira Lachey Allen. Deborah Shaw Anderson. Eugenia Catrice Angry Cooper. Clifton Bruce Atkinson. Seth Jacob Bagwell. Amy Lynn Baldwin. Michael Angelo Bandera. Elise Renee Becker. Claire Blake Benford. Martin Arthur Bingston. Jamin Baxter Blair. Michael Kelly Bowling. Mandy Michelle Boyles. Kimberly K. Bray. Frances Carol Brazel. Jason W. Brewster. Amanda Jo Brooks. Marcus Antonio Broughton. Jessica Michael Brown. Roger B. Brown. Catherine Michael Bush. Tara Marie Carpio. Laura Lee Chapman. Tiffany Lee Chester. Tiffany Cordero Clark. Harold Ann Clark. Olin Ashley Coates. Danielle Diane Cofield. Randy Wood Cook. Rachel Melissa Cotton. Jennifer Catherine Cotton. Kim Clegg Council. Amy Catherine Cronick. April Janelle Curley. Diana Elizabeth Damon. Lois Annelle Williams Daniel. Douglas M. Davis II. Teresa Gaines DeBerry. Courtney Ann Douglas. Kimberly Dawn Drew. Garfield Edison Duckett. Crystal D. Boone Dudley. Trudy Sanders Dunlap. Stephen Bradley St. Patricia Lee Everson. Kelly Lynn Fell. Vincent Eric Frosted. Felicia Dion Gates. Sunny Alicia Gazelle. Sarah Louise Gilbert. Matthew Adam Graham. Ivy William Griner Jr. Ivy William Griner Sr. Sarah K. Harwell. Maria A. Hayes. Mary Bethany Heather. Amanda Lynn Hurd. Alicia Catherine Hendrickson. Catherine Elizabeth Henry. Jonathan Clark Hurston. Randy O'Neill Hines. Jeremy Ross Henshaw. Brandon Joshua Ruddell Holcomb. Hillary Michelle Holder. Benjamin Chancey Holland. Emily Michelle Holt. E. Aubrey Arnold. Mark Eric Eisenhower. Anthony Jenkins.
We love you!
Whitney Ellen Jenkins. Amanda R. Jennings. Andrew H. Johnson. Lauren Sherelle Johnson. Erin Marie Johnston. David Michael Johnson. Amy Patrice Jones. Jennifer Louise Jones. Julia Mary Jones. Wesley Kenneth Jones. Mitchell T. Key. Catherine Elizabeth Kimball. Alvin King. Destin McCall Knowles. Terry Lynn Landers. Hendrik Larson.
That's what I know. I just say it.
And
Melissa Jean Lewis.
Yeah, she gets right.
Angela Jill Littlefield. Kristen Grace Lockman. Dale Lomax II. Marcy Michelle Lyle. Brenna Mann. Amanda Renee Marconi. Emily Allison Martin. Cameron Mayhew. Matthew Paul Masakowski. Sarah Marie McAloo. Ryan Michael MacArthur. Patrick D. McCarthy Jr. Miriam Elizabeth McMillan. Caroline Melissa Bees. Elissa Janae Messer. Jeanette Rena Mills. Kevin Christopher Mills. David Guy Mitchell III. Patrick Arthur Munson. Linda Cooper Morgan. Gregory C. Morris. Kara Purcell Nagley. James J. Nixon. Amber Rose Nolan. Jeremy Roger Norman. Angela Price Nara. Lisa Miller O'Neill. Emmy Odakira. Yuko Ogura.
Congratulations.
Brian Christopher Hancock. David Joseph Paradise. Bart Raymond Tang. Lindley Brooke Payne. Robert Ashley Pennebank. Joshua James Perkins. Rachel Dawn Perkins. Bonnie Person. Bartlett Hamilton Phillips. Jessica Brianna Phillips. Shannon Dean Phillips. Michael Andrew Porter. Rochelle Nicole Porter. Lori Gentry Preston. Amanda B. Puckett. Michael B. Reardon. Cheryl N. Ryberg. Carrie Elizabeth Wright. Jake Rodney Richardson. Elisa L. Richardson. Angela Lynn Rohr. Tiffany Louise Roper. Charles Russ Sanders. Sherry S. Sasnick. Shannon Alice Scribner. Dina M. Scott. Anthony H. Sheely. Jessica E. Sisson. Kelly M. Stafford. Christopher John Stanford. Willem Tyler Stanford. Heather Michelle Stidham. Steve L. Stokes. Meredith Yates Stone. Christopher J. Straughter, Jr. Jennifer Lynn Summers. Vincenzo Dominic Celtic II. Jason Scott Taylor. Nakima Lavisha Taylor. Emily Joy Thigpen.
for the Master of Arts in Teaching degree, the Master of Business Administration degree, or the Master of Education degree, and recommend that the appropriate degree be conferred upon them as indicated in the commencement program.
Assisting in the conferring of the master's degree are Dr. Jennifer Harrison, Associate Professor of Education and Chair of the Department of Education, and Dr. John Berkeley, Ely R. Callaway Senior, Professor in International Business and Chair of the Department of Business. They will place the hood on the graduates. The hood is an outward sign of the achievement of an advanced degree in a discipline. The colors of the velvet facing on the hood identify the discipline. By the authority of the Board of Trustees of the state of Georgia, I confer on each of you the Master of Arts in Teaching degree, the Master of Business Administration degree, or the Master of Education degree, as indicated in the commencement program, together with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.
Master of Arts in Teaching candidates, please come forward to receive your diplomas. Daniel Smith Bowles. Paul Miller Clark III. Kelly Daniels Durant. Bonnie Marie Dyer. Laura Beth Gallagher. Amelia Akins George. Rachelle Ann Greenwood. Janet Collier Guyton. Nina Verlaine King. Charles Richard Lundy. Howard Titus Martin. Jennifer Matheny Martin. Desmond L. Merrill III. Jamie Lee Mosley. Stacy Lee Muirhead. Julia J.L. Renner. Mary Elizabeth Robinson. Kimberly Tamika Rutledge. James Joseph Schmidt, Jr. Karen Martin Stacy. Julie Ann Throne. Aubrey Preston Westmoreland. And Laurie Ann Whitmire. Master of Business Administration candidates, please come forward to receive your diplomas. Andrew Earl Dorsey. Brandon G. Fettner.
Howard T. Griffin, Jr.
Master of Education candidates, please come forward and receive your diplomas.
Dolores del Rosario Camacho. Karen Marie Lagrano. Paul Darrell Nixon. Amanda Marjorie Marcus. Catherine Deb Tillotson.
Mr. President, conferring of the degrees is concluded.
Let's hear it one more time for the class of 2004. Assuming graduates that you have some energy left in you, I'll let you stand and congratulate and thank your family members and loved ones who are here. Please remain standing, graduates. I invite all the rest of us to stand for the singing of the alma mater as printed in the program. Remain standing for the benediction and the recessional. I would ask that the aisles please be cleared for the recessional, please.
And your gifts and service to the world. May the road you travel rise up to greet you, and may the wind always be at your back. And if the road you travel refuses to rise up, follow it boldly into the valley, for God is in the valley. And if the road that rises up becomes too steep for you, follow into the summit of the mountain, for God is on the mountain. And if you feel the wind in your face, stretch out your wings and fly on the Spirit's promise that God will never leave nor forsake you. Go now in peace, with your face shining like the sun, and boldly follow your path to the future of wherever God may lead you. Amen.
Amen.